Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel Try It Yourself. Today's project will be installing this deadbolt with electric keypad from Amazon, and this door is going to be a little bit tricky. Never done it before like this. The door has the doorknob with the latch, but doesn't have the deadbolt. There is two ways to install it, and the lock actually come with instructions, and pretty cool ones. This is English, I'm guessing Spanish, and I don't know, French or something. If you follow these instructions and basically decides, there's two different standards. The doorknob could be at the 2 3/8 inch from the edge of the door, or 2 3/4. There is a pattern over here, a template that you could use for both of them. Well, the doorknob already installed in this door in 2 3/4, so that's pretty much predetermined that I will be using the 2 3/4. And since I don't speak Spanish or whatever that third language is, I will be using, most likely, this template. And the pretty cool thing is, it's actually have a pattern hole. This is for the side, for the hole, by the way. The standard for the all doorknobs, if you ever gonna do this, because normally it comes pre-drilled from the door guys, but this door was installed like this, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know what was the reason, but anyway, the hole is always 2 1/8. The hole saw size that you need for the doorknob hole is 2 1/8, 2 inches and 1/8. And the thickness of the door could be different. So what the cool thing about this is, actually shows you a different pattern. You're gonna have to bend it over here, and there's a holes over here, center holes for 2 inch, 1 3/4, and so on, whatever thickness you have. So all you have to do, just bend it nicely over here, right on the line, like so, and just stick it against. You have a hole mark here, and whatever the thickness you pick, a different mark over here. But I probably gonna be doing a combination of this, and I bought today from my Menards, by the way, store, not my Menards, but our in our area, Menards, my favorite store, this tool kit. And I think this is really cool. It's only like $8. And this design, you just basically screw this thing on the door right on the spot, and it can be adjusted, you know, for the either 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. You just remove this thing and reinsert from the other side, and you have basically, you secure it with the screws over here on the side, and then you just drill. And by the way, when you drill a hole, you want to drill from both sides, because if you try to push from one side, you're actually gonna have the ugly ripped, which I'm gonna do that, and you will see that. So you're gonna drill from one side and from another one, and you're gonna meet somewhere in the middle. And so yeah, this looks really cool. And like I said, this is only $8, so I think I'm gonna be doing this, but I will be checking with the with Mark's with that template that they sent with the lock. So let's get to the work. So this is preset right here for the, it marks, see, one side 2 3/4. Oh yeah, this is 2 3/8, this is 2 3/4. I need 2 3/4 in my case, so I have to turn it around like this, and I'm ready to go. See, even though this door doesn't have the doorknob, but it's already have a pre-made a hole over here on the side. I don't know even if I have to drill over here 1 inch from the center, by the way. But if you don't have that, normally if you measure from the bottom of the door, the latch should be at 34 inches to the center, and 40. So right there, you should be able to see that. So 34.5 to the doorknob in this case, and the deadbolt will be at 40. Well, in my case it's easier because it's already hole already there, so I don't have to measure. I just have to see what's behind this plate. So I'm gonna have to, it's been painted a few times. Yeah, just like that. So this is nice because the 1-inch hole already also have a pattern here. So this makes it easier just yet. So what I'm gonna do now, I gotta line up this bracket and it fits just perfect. See the 2 holes already there. It lined up with this hole. So I'm gonna reinstall the screws back so this bracket wouldn't slide on me. There you go. So now I have it, and it looks like this. So now I have it secure. It looks like that from the side. Just to make sure, 2 3/4 here to the center, and I have 2 3/4 here to the center. Sits pretty firm in there, not moving at all. So the first thing I do, I'm gonna drill holes from the side, from each side, and then I'm gonna do from the edge. Cool thing about this set, that it actually comes with a hole saws that you don't have to look for 2 1/8, the big one that goes from the side, and 1 inch that goes from the edge. Since I'm using this, I'm gonna have to remove this drill bit, because with the drill bit I'm not gonna be able to hit the center. So just install like this, line up so it wouldn't be sliding, locking. I mean, it's different set might have a different setup, but you secure. Take drill bit. Make sure that you have your torque set to drill right here and right there. See, you don't have to have a pilot drill bit with this bracket. If you wouldn't have this, and I would have to use the template, by the way, just to see how it works. Yeah, this is most likely one-time use. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky because this door has a little, not a square edge, it has reinforcement, looks like a steel door. So this would be a little bit tricky. Still, I would be able to make it work, I think. I would definitely double check, but how this thing would work, I would have to punch a hole over here with something sharp, or pencil or something, and then I use one of those marks over here. In this case, this is 1 3/4 door, so right here is a mark for 1 3/4. I would be using that. So, but in this case, I think this is much easier way. So now we're just drilling the hole. Safety glasses. Yeah, and this is a metal door, so this is going to be fun. Yeah, this is hot, so after you drill, see, just a little bit more. But now I gotta be careful because, there you go. We're through. So from here it's gonna be easier. But before I'm gonna do, well, I'm gonna go back. So this is about at least halfway, maybe more. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, so this this is, I have a little setback. This is not strong enough for the metal. So if you're gonna do a project like this, you probably need to buy something heavier, because now the hole saw is hot and it's melting this bracket a little bit, so I need to let it cool off before I go. I have just a little bit left in this thing. But yeah, this hole's also already pretty much done. So this is probably going to be a last hole for this hole. But to be fair, it does say that this is made for the wood door, not a metal door. See, I need just a little bit more and we're through. Because now I need a new battery. So that one on, put it on charger. And I'm just gonna finish it from this side. There you go. We have a nice hole. So yeah, a little setback because this is a metal door and this is not. This is not a hole saw for the metal. It actually, right there in the box, said that this is for wood. But anyway, so now the same thing we do with the 1-inch hole. Drop it over here, as it has a notch. Secure it like that. And I hope this has already been through the metal, so it's going to be a lot easier than we'll see if I'm going to be able to do it in one. Well, I need to take the bracket off because hole saw is not long enough. What, it melted to the door or? Yeah, actually, yeah, on the side. There you go. A little bit. I removed chunk of the hole already, so the hole saw would actually, because the hole saw is not deep enough. And now we can just finish this thing. There you go, I have only just a little bit to go. And now we have a hole and it's ready for the door installation. So the lock itself is actually set up to the two different lengths. You can screw it like this, and this is going to be for 3/8, or like that, and this is going to be for 3/4. In our case, 2 3/4, I mean. And make sure you follow the signs. Don't put it backwards. It has an arrow over here. See, this side up. So just like that. Slide inside the hole. There's a bag of screws, so you don't have to look for any. Now I always like to use my drill on this thing, but now, so you wouldn't strip the screw, set it to about 3, torque 3 over here. Make sure this thing is straight, which in my case is easy because I already have a holes from this cap plate. So I just pretty much just run in the same hole. Okay, so 3 not enough. I'm gonna go probably to 5. 5 not enough also. Okay. According to manual, next step is installing striker plate, but I'm gonna do a little bit different because striker plate I'm not gonna be able to move the deadbolt without the lock installed. So I'm actually gonna install the lock first, and to assemble the lock, you go from the outside. The key part goes on the bottom. You line up with the hole over here. Make sure you slide carefully the harness below over here, so you wouldn't catch it and pinch it or something. It goes nice and tight. There's a guides on this lock, so it goes exactly. Okay, so next step is installing the bracket from inside here. Install this bracket, make sure just like that. The harness goes on the bottom here. Slide through the middle hole. Then you take long bolts, supply with the latch. Maybe it would make a sense to actually draw a straight line over here. There you go. You want to make sure it's tight, and if you're not sure with the drills, maybe would make sense for you to take a screw gun. But what drill is good, that it's controlled torque. I mean, if you work with one and you know what it is. So at this time it's secured over here. Obviously you gotta make sure that this is straight, the whole pad from the outside, and you gotta make sure it's tight because there's a rubber gasket around it, so you protect all of the electrical stuff in there. So now, I mean, it's very solid, strong. Now we can close the door. You remove the part where the batteries are. you gotta make sure that the harness is on this side. Yeah, so this is like this little groove over here, so make sure then pay attention to that, and didn't want to undo the there you go. So now it's protected, it's secured in there. So now we just attach this to harnesses and make sure that it's blue to blue. Yeah, this plug is super tiny. Yeah, make sure the latch is in the open position. Take supplied screws, and now this, you go very gently, you don't want to crack the plastic. And don't forget this screw at the top. There you go. Nice and secured. So now, when I actually can move my deadbolt over here, I can mark where the center of the bolt is on the door jamb. And another measurements over here, you measure from the latch, you have ½ inch exactly to the edge, and you have about 9/16 to the edge over here, but this thing plays a little, about ½ inch. So that what it means, I actually could line up to make it easier with striker plate from this door latch. Would be easier to find the exact spot where I need to put a striker plate for the deadbolt. So now when I have it centered, this is supposedly edge of the striker plate. And here's the good part about striker plate. It's actually, I have to work with the light today a lot, but right here. Side to side is pretty critical, but up and down, if you off, you have at least ½ inch, maybe even more to play. So you don't have to be like super accurate on this thing. I mean, if you're within the ½ inch, you'll be good. Only thing you need to find is side to side, which, like I said, is going to be really easy because, you know, the door latch and that bolt are lined up, so I have to just line up these two striker plates on the door jamb. So that's the next step. Okay, so the striker plate here is 3/4 inch to the edge. So that's what we're gonna do here. 3/4 to the edge. So that should be my deadbolt here. Okay, so to double check, Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna have to play with the chisel a little bit to make this plate reset like the striker plate on the door. Start plate on the latch. So now the easiest way to actually drill a hole for the deadbolt itself. Let's double check. Close on the door and deadbolt goes in. So we got a hole for the deadbolt accurate. Now the chisel, you got to remember that you have only 1/16 thickness, so you don't need a lot. You just need just a little bit. And that's that. So now the final test. Make sure that striker plate or the door latch is fully locked, and then you're good. Now check from outside. Yep, it's working. So that's how you install this deadbolt from Amazon. If this and pretty much any other deadbolt setup is going to be very similar to this one. So if this video was useful for you, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested how to program this lock, check my next video.